Imagine it's 50,000 years ago. No houses, no locks, no walls, just darkness. You're lying on the ground beside a small fire. Your tribe has fallen asleep. The forest around you is alive with sounds you can't identify. Somewhere beyond the trees, something is moving. And here's the terrifying part. You are not at the top of the food chain. Not even close. You don't have claws. You don't have fangs. You can't run as fast as a deer or fight like a bear. Compared to most predators, you're weak, slow, and completely exposed. Yet somehow, ancient humans survived, night after night, generation after generation. Millions of people imagine prehistoric life as a constant battle against hungry predators waiting outside every campfire. But when scientists look at the evidence, a strange question appears. If ancient humans spent thousands of years sleeping in the open, surrounded by lions, wolves, hyenas, and giant cats, why weren't they constantly being eaten? After all, a sleeping human should be the perfect target. You're motionless, defenseless, unaware. A predator could walk right up to you before you even knew it existed. So why didn't they? The answer reveals something surprising about both predators and ourselves. Because long before humans became the most powerful species on Earth, predators had already learned something important about us. Humans were different. To understand why, we need to see the world through the eyes of a predator. Most people think predators are fearless killing machines. They're not. In reality, predators are incredibly cautious. A wolf with a broken leg dies. A lion with a damaged jaw starves. A serious injury can be a death sentence. Every hunt is a risk calculation. Is this prey worth the danger? For millions of years, predators evolved to hunt animals they understood. Deer run. Zebras kick. Rabbits flee. Predators know exactly what those animals will do because they've been hunting them for countless generations. Ancient humans were another story entirely. Nothing about us behaved like normal prey. Humans carried fire. Humans used tools. Humans traveled in groups. Humans fought back. And perhaps most importantly, humans were unpredictable. A sleeping deer is still a deer. A sleeping human might wake up holding a spear. That uncertainty matters. In nature, unfamiliar things are often dangerous things. And ancient humans were among the strangest creatures predators had ever encountered. Even before weapons became advanced, humans had something incredibly valuable: cooperation. Most predators hunt alone or in small groups. Ancient humans lived in social communities. If one person woke up and noticed danger, everyone else could wake up too. Suddenly, what looked like a single target became a crowd. And predators generally avoid crowds. It's one reason wolves often target isolated animals instead of healthy members in the middle of a herd. Separation creates opportunity. Groups create risk. A sleeping human camp wasn't one helpless animal. It was an entire network of eyes, ears, and potential threats. And predators learned to respect that. But perhaps the biggest reason ancient humans survived the night was something so simple that we often overlook it: fire. Fire changed everything. Long before cities, farming, or writing, humans mastered fire. And once they did, the rules of survival changed forever. To predators, fire is deeply unsettling. It moves, it crackles, it produces heat, light, and smoke. Most importantly, it behaves unlike anything else in nature. A campfire doesn't need to physically harm an animal to be effective. Its presence alone creates uncertainty. For thousands of generations, humans slept beside fires. Predators approaching human camps repeatedly encountered flames, smoke, and groups of alert individuals. Over time, human camps became associated with danger, not food. Imagine being a prehistoric lion. You smell humans nearby. You approach cautiously. Then you see strange orange light dancing in the darkness. You hear unfamiliar sounds. You smell smoke. You know from experience that these creatures often travel together. Suddenly, hunting a deer becomes a much better idea. And that's exactly how evolution works. Animals that avoided unnecessary risks survived. Animals that didn't often paid the price. As generations passed, caution around humans became increasingly common. But there was another advantage ancient humans possessed, one that existed even while they slept. Their brains never completely switched off. Modern sleep studies show that humans continue monitoring their surroundings even during sleep. Certain sounds are more likely to wake us. Unexpected noises receive special attention. It's like having a security system running in the background. Ancient humans likely depended on this ability even more than we do today. A crack of a branch, a growl nearby, the sound of movement in the darkness. These signals could trigger an immediate response. The humans who woke up fastest survived more often. And survival shapes evolution. Of course, predators did sometimes attack humans. Prehistory wasn't safe. Ancient people faced real dangers from lions, leopards, hyenas, wolves, and other large carnivores. Archaeologists have discovered human remains bearing tooth marks from predators. Some attacks absolutely happened. But here's what's interesting. Most evidence suggests these events were exceptions rather than everyday occurrences. Why? Because humans gradually became one of the most dangerous animals in the environment. As tools improved, predators faced an entirely new problem. A human wasn't just an animal anymore. A human was an animal carrying weapons. A spear could kill from a distance. A group could drive predators away. Even large carnivores began encountering situations where attacking humans led to injury or death. And predators remember. Not individually across thousands of years, of course, but evolution remembers. The cautious animals survived. The reckless ones didn't. Over time, natural selection favored predators that treated humans with suspicion. This created an unusual relationship. Ancient humans feared predators. Predators feared humans. Both sides were trying to avoid each other. And that mutual caution may have prevented countless deadly encounters. Which brings us to the strangest part of this entire story. The reason ancient humans survived wasn't because they were stronger than predators. They weren't. It wasn't because they were faster. They definitely weren't. It wasn't because nature gave them claws, armor, or enormous teeth. Nature gave them none of those things. Instead, humans survived because they changed the rules. They used fire. They worked together. They communicated. They planned ahead. They turned intelligence into a survival strategy. And eventually, predators recognized that. So the next time you imagine an ancient human sleeping beside a small fire, under a sky full of stars, surrounded by creatures that could easily overpower them, remember this. The predators knew they were there. They smelled them. They heard them. They watched them. But most of the time, they chose to stay away. Because even tens of thousands of years ago, before civilization existed, before cities rose, before history was written, the wilderness had already learned an important lesson. Humans were not ordinary prey. And that lesson may have helped our ancestors survive long enough to build the world we live in today.